Welcome to 1040return.com, the ultimate tax solution and the complete package in filing your tax returns. Not only do we provide you with the most easy to use and powerful software available in filing your tax returns, we also have a wealth of resources at your fingertips. So make sure to come visit us at 1040return.com today. This video will demonstrate how to use our innovative 1040return.com software to file a return with the Affordable Health Care Act for a single individual. So let's get started. Welcome to 1040return.com. This video is for the Affordable Health Care Act of a single individual. Okay, let's begin by clicking on the Start for Free button. Since we don't have any account, let's create one by clicking on the Here link. So for this example, I will create a sample account. However, feel free to fill in your own information instead. Don't forget to click on the Terms of Service Agreement box below, and when you're all set, press Create Account to get started. Now we get to the About You page. For this example, we will be using Single for filing status, and we'll be using sample information. In this case, John Smith and a sample Social Security number and birth date. Again, feel free to fill in your own information instead. We will click on Next to proceed. On this page, we find a continuation of the About You page. So we will enter the information with sample telephone numbers in case we need to reach you if there are any issues. The email address is already auto-filed, and for occupation, we will say that John Smith is a cook, then we click Next. Moving on, we will click No for Can anyone claim you as a dependent, then click Next. On this page, we enter in John's sample address, then we click Next when ready. On this page, we type in Baltimore for John's school district, then click Next. In this example, we won't do anything with the return election, so we will just hit Save and Continue. So, now we have all our initial information filled in. Let's click on Let's Get Started. We'll add our first W-2, so we click on Yes. This form is just for John, so we'll click his name and then click Next. Since the employee name and the address isn't different, we click on No, then press Next. Here on the employer information page, we will enter some fictitious information for John's employer, Bill Restaurant. We click on Next to proceed. So for John's wages, we'll enter $23,440 with $2,350 for federal income tax withheld, $23,440 for Social Security wages, and $1,453 for Social Security tax withheld, $23,440 for Medicare wages and tips, and $339 for Medicare tax withheld, and we click on Next. On this page, we won't be filling in anything, as John had no other information, so we click on Next to show you how easy it is to do a state return. On this page, we will select the state of Maryland for this return and enter in a sample state ID number for state wages. We'll enter $22,440, $1,780 for state income tax. Then we'll click Save to save this information. Since we didn't have any other W-2s to file, we click No. Since that was all the income John had, we can click on I'm finished. We don't have any deductions to worry about, so let's start the healthcare form and click on the healthcare link, then hit the Let's Get Started button. Since everyone had healthcare coverage, we click on Yes. John did use an exchange, so we click on Yes. And here we see the 1095A form. In box 2, we will enter in John's sample policy number. In the rest of the boxes, we will enter in sample information. We then scroll down and click Yes, since all the amounts were the same. Here in box 33, we enter in a total amount since our payments were even throughout the year. We then fill in the boxes with sample information. We scroll down and click on No, since there were no shared allocation. We also click No, since no one was added or removed from John's coverage. And that's it. See how easy it was to fill out a 1095A form? We click Save and Continue. So, now let's look at John's state tax return and click on the State Taxes link. Remember, for the low cost of $14.95, you can work on as many state returns as you need. And we will now click on the Work on My State Return button. Because of how powerful this software is at 1040return.com, we really don't need to do too much to the state return. We click on Continue. So now we will review all of this. And when ready, click Continue. And here we see we got $1,318 for a federal refund and $383 for a state refund. So let's click on Continue. And you can see the software is now double checking our return to ensure everything was entered, and we click on Continue since our return looks good. Let's click on the Yes, I'd like to create a preview of my return link below to generate a preview of our return before we pay for it. Not too many tax companies allow you to do that. So once ready, we click on the View Return button to open it. We now see John Smith's tax return. Here you will see the new 8962 form we just completed. Once finished, let's click Continue. Since we want to e-file the federal return and the state return, we will click on Continue. Here we will see the 1040 Protect option, which is a very good thing to have. If you ever get audited, 1040 Return will come in, intercede on your behalf, and help you deal with the IRS. So now we click on the Add 1040 Protect button to add the protection. So to pay for the return, we will select the convenient option of eCollect, which ensures that no money is paid out of pocket. Instead, your tax preparation fees are taken out of your refund and the balance is deposited into your bank account. This is a convenient way to pay since you won't have to worry about spending money up front. Of course, if you want to pay with a credit card, click on the other link below. We will click Continue to move on. We will click on I agree to use eCollect. As you can see here, to use eCollect, we will need to enter in pertinent information including your ID and bank information for direct deposit. For this particular sample, we won't be entering in the information, but for your own forms, you will be required to, in order to utilize the convenient option of eCollect. Once finished, we would click on the Continue button and you would be finished with filing with 1040return.com. It's that easy. Thank you for watching. We hope you learned how easy and powerful the software here at 1040return.com is in filing your return. Remember, 1040return.com is the most trusted and most powerful software in filing your tax returns and will help prevent you getting audited by the IRS. So, try it today for free at 1040return.com.